Sarah and I have been on keto since January of 2019, and there are just certain products that we have tried and didn't really find them to be of use or thought they were really expensive and that they just weren't necessary, especially if you're following a relaxed ketogenic lifestyle, which we like to call technically keto. This is not to say that these are not useful things that I guess you could use if you wanted to micromanage everything, but a lot of people think that they have to start this diet or lifestyle and they have to dive right in and buy like $500 worth of stuff to get started so that they know exactly what they're doing and eating the exact right things. And it's just not necessary. And we're gonna talk about each of these products, but please don't feel offended if you buy these things. For us, they just weren't necessary to lose 160 pounds. So number one is the urinalysis test strip. Sarah and I, when we first started keto about 20 years ago, we bought one container of them from CVS because we really wanted to know, like, are we in ketosis? And we wanted to see that purple color on the pee strip because I can understand that, like, in the beginning, you kind of want to see if you're testing positive for ketones, but honestly, after the first couple weeks or when you get fat adapted, they're not accurate anymore. The way that the urinalysis test strips work is that they detect excess ketones. Once you are in ketosis for a while, once you're a couple weeks in or a couple months in, those test strips are no longer going to be accurate because your body is now utilizing the ketones that you're producing, and so you won't be producing a lot of excess ketones. So in the beginning, for a novelty, I say, okay, go for it, but don't buy these test strips for weeks or months later. Like one little thing will do or none at all, because if you eat below 20 carbs a day, you will be in ketosis. 20 carbs a day is the guaranteed limit where you will be in ketosis. We've also heard that if you don't keep them perfectly dry, you live in a humid area, that you can destroy the test strips, and so you could pretty much discourage yourself and it's not even working anymore. That's why we don't buy those types of test strips anymore.
So the next thing that we do not buy, actually I have never tried them, are exogenous ketones. Have you ever tried them, Emily?
No.
And when we started doing keto in 2019, we didn't even know what these were, honestly, because when we did Atkins, these things did not exist. Everybody kind of like produced their own ketones by going under 20 net carbs a day, and there was nothing that like supposedly helped you get into ketosis other than reducing your carbs, right? So when we started doing keto again, those were one of the things that I would see all the time presented to me in ads, were exogenous ketones. So I was doing a little bit of research about it because honestly, I have never even wanted to try exogenous ketones because I've been doing low carb for so long that I know that I can get into ketosis without them. So one of the questions on a website said, do exogenous ketones provide the same benefit as a ketogenic lifestyle? And they said, no, exogenous ketones are not ideal for weight loss.
So what is the point?
Well, apparently there are people that will do like carb cycling where they will eat a ton of carbs like one day and then they want to like get back into ketosis quickly, so they will take exogenous ketones to help speed up that process. But for me, I never do carb cycling, so why would I need them? I don't know.
Right. You're supposed to be making the fuel for your body to run, and that's the beauty about this process of getting into ketosis and staying there. And it's like, why would I give my body ketones when I'm supposed to be making the ketones? You don't need it. You should be taking that money that you would be spending on these supplements and using them to buy really high quality meat and veg for your meals. The people that are going to be truly successful in the long term are not going to be dependent on ketone supplements to make their ketones when your body is making these ketones when you're in ketosis. So you don't need them. Why would you want to feed yourself all these extra ketones, supplement with these ketones, when your body has to learn how to utilize these ketones? Is it just so that you could pee on the stick and show that you have excess ketones? There's only a certain amount of ketones that your body can use. Why are you pouring more? You'll just pee them out anyway if there's excess, right? One of the other supposed benefits of taking exogenous ketones is that it can prevent the keto flu. But now we're going to talk about a product that we actually do buy that will help you with the keto flu. And that brings us to today's sponsor, LMNT.
Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Today we're drinking our favorite,
The OG.
The OG of the flavors, which is citrus salt. We absolutely love it.
It tastes like a margarita and I can't get enough of it. LMNT is a tasty electrolyte drink mix with everything that you need and nothing that you don't.
That means lots of salt with no sugar.
LMNT is formulated to help anybody with their electrolyte needs, especially somebody on a ketogenic diet.
LMNT contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Having an electrolyte deficiency body can cause things like headaches, cramps, fatigue, and weakness.
We are so happy that LMNT decided to partner with our channel again to support us. And we are so thrilled that so many of you have signed up already to get your free LMNT Sample Pack. But the rest of you, what are you doing? It's free. All you have to do is pay for shipping. You can click the link in the description and get your sample pack today.
So back to some other products on our ketogenic lifestyle that we don't buy. The next one is glucose monitors.
There's several reasons why I don't want to buy glucose monitors. I don't like them. Unless taking your blood is necessary, like you have diabetes or something like that, I don't like the idea of pricking myself after every meal or several times a day in order to micromanage what I'm eating. And coming from someone who binged most of her life, I don't want to go from that to then micromanaging everything that I eat and then testing everything that I eat and seeing if it's going to kick me out of ketosis or raise my blood sugar. That would cause a lot of mental distress for me. If every keto product that I tried, I'd have to be suspicious of it kicking me out of ketosis or raising my blood sugar. I just don't think that that's healthy coming from people who are just trying to do the best that they can. And if you're the kind of person that enjoys that type of thing, well, don't let us stop you. You've already bought it. But we're just trying to tell people that you don't need it to be successful to lose weight on keto, because we've never done it and we've lost 160 pounds and this is our lifestyle now. And we live a very relaxed keto lifestyle and it works for us. The monitor is expensive. The testing strips are expensive. Of course, I don't like the idea of pricking myself.
Yeah,
I don't like the idea of blood. And I don't like the idea of just being so micromanaged about everything.
Some people use these monitors to see exactly how much carbs they can get away with without kicking themselves out of ketosis. And generally, we like to just have a relaxed, technically keto lifestyle where we just eat whole foods 70% of the time, and 30% of the time we kind of dabble in things that are considered maybe a little bit more dirty or whatever. But we don't need to test our blood after everything because we try to stay towards those things that generally don't have a lot of carbs or will spike our insulin, right?
You don't have to worry about it if you eat whole foods. You really don't. It's when you start adding in everything else, that's when you have to start testing your blood, or you start to think, well, what can I get away with? And that's just not a way that I want to live, and you don't need to do it to lose weight. And we're proof of that. You have to kind of tailor this to be suited towards you and not what you see everybody else doing.
Honestly, I feel like these monitors are what make people afraid to be on keto. Now people from the outside think that this is normal. I have never used one of these before and I never plan to use them.
You know, like we get inquiries a lot about that, but it's just like it doesn't go for what we stand for. We're about doing the best that you can and realizing that you were out of control for a long time, and now you're just trying to do the best that you can without having this keto lifestyle be overly consuming. It doesn't have to be overly consuming. You should keep it as simple as possible so that you can be successful, so that you have time to go out and enjoy other things, not
obsessing
keto. About keto 24/7. Now you're testing your. Now I'd be like testing my blood if I got some kind of keto chips and then said, oh my gosh, this raises my blood sugar. They're lying. And I go and I write on a thing that they're lying and I read other people's reviews. It's like, it doesn't need to be that way. If you have doubts about what you're eating, don't eat it. Mm-hmm. Or keep it for that 30% of the time. If things are questionable to you, then treat them as if they're questionable. We don't need to test our blood to know, like, that seems too good to be true. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Number 4, Sarah and I do not buy fatty MCT oil super creamers for our coffee, sadly. If you are new here, welcome. Sarah and I drink about 2 pots of coffee each a day.
I think we're getting better though.
Yeah, and it's bad, we know. And we realized a long time ago that if we want to drink as much coffee as we do, we cannot put anything in it.
We have to drink it black.
We have to. It just adds so many calories. And I guess some carbs if it has a little bit of carbs in it. But it has so many calories per tablespoon or 2 tablespoons. Who puts 2 tablespoons of stuff?
Right.
Do you put 2 tablespoons if you're adding something?
No.
I like put big pour. And it's like light.
It, yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. If Sarah and I did buy these things, which I have tried them out of curiosity, but I can't. I haven't bought them for years because I just can't do it. Sarah and I would drink thousands of calories a day. And it's just one of those things that you have to sacrifice in order to not gain weight back.
Well, I think that also people like to add in fat unnecessarily too
Right.
in the beginning because they're told that, right? But we are closer to our goal weight. We need a lot less to survive. If you just started keto, you could probably get away with eating fat bombs and putting heavy whipping cream in your coffee and adding these types of creamers. But like as you get closer to your goal weight, you're gonna need to cut back on the carbs and the calories in order to like get those last 10 to 15 pounds off. So we're in that stage right now. So we have to cut back on things like our coffee and drink it black. Honestly, I would rather just put that money towards buying really high quality coffee
That you could take.
that you can drink and it tastes good. Like I think that you get used to it. I know some people are like, I cannot drink black coffee. Some people add a little salt to it to take away that bitterness. I think that after a while you'll just get used to it. If you drink coffee as much as we do, it's just something that you have to do, unfortunately. So yeah, we don't buy MTC oil or creamers.
We basically don't buy fat supplements. You have to be careful. We don't buy a lot of things that say so much fat, because you want to lose fat, right? And so fat should not just be added willy-nilly onto everything or into everything that you can. We don't add butter into our coffee either just because people think that, oh, keto equals fat. No, fat is a tool that you can use to keep yourself full. If you don't need to add butter into your coffee, don't add it. So that's number 4. Fatty creamers or fat-like supplements like MCT oil, we just don't buy them. The last thing that we don't buy are shakes. And this is just preference. I know so many people love brands like Keto Chow and other shakes. It's just that Sarah and I, we like to eat our food,
Yeah.
and I don't like drinking my food. It's as simple as that. So I went through a phase where I did Slim Fast for a while. It was like a month or something like that. And I never felt like fulfilled when I ate. I also used to do juicing and all kinds of crazy stuff. Back when I was like lying to myself that I could just drink Jamba Juice every day and I would lose weight. No, I didn't. But I feel like if I'm eating the food, it's like communicating with my brain and telling me that I'm eating and I get full. And if I drink the liquid, I never feel that way. And so that's personally why Sarah and I do not like to buy protein shakes or shakes in general.
I think a lot of people use them as meal replacements. Like during work, you'll sip on one, but generally Emily and I like to have our one meal or maybe 2 at the max meals a day. So we don't need to have like a meal replacement because we save our meals for actually chewing instead of drinking.
I could be like, ooh, this tastes really good, but then I will still want to eat an actual meal when I'm eating. So
even with like soups, I feel like it's the same way. Like if I have a soup, I'm like, I need some crunchy element or something to dip in there.
If
a chaffle
what if
or
it
something.
has like stuff in it?
Yes, if it's a chili, then it has like some texture, but like just a broth.
Some girth.
It has to have some viscosity, if you will.
No, chunkiness.
No, it's viscosity. Yeah. Oh, chunkiness. Anyway, that's why we don't like to drink our food. We like to eat it with our teeth and whatnot.
So if you're triggered by what we don't buy, please don't leave a comment below. I just feel like
if you disagree with us, double hit the dislike button.
So do you guys agree, disagree? If you buy some of these things, why don't you let us know in the comment section below? We would love to hear about your experiences. And if you like this video, please give it a like. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm and helps spread our content out to more people. And please subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps out with our channel.
And if you'd like to see a video where we talk about 5 products that we do buy, you can click on the video on the screen and we'll see you over there. Anyway, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Emily.
And we are the Keto Twins signing out.